Oven Brothers, Warminster, Pennsylvania. Relatively new place. I'm glad I stumbled on Oven Brothers. They make a nice cheesesteak, flat out. Nice cheesesteak. I find more and more places are doing the partial bake roll thing and then finishing it up, baking the roll at their place, and I like that. I like that. Unfortunately, Brian and I couldn't get our schedules together, but nice young guy, young family, and if he was here, I'm sure he would tell you how much he would love for you to come down and try one of his cheesesteaks. Good stop. Nice place. When you go, save room for a brownie. March Cheesesteak Madness continues. Veterans Way. That's a funky building over there, huh? Oven Brothers. Now open. The madness continues.
I like the roll. Did you find out where they got it? This roll is good. I like how this mushroom onion mix is cooked. Like we had some issues on the other video. I'm a fan of the roll. Go ahead.
I think they par baked the roll. I'm pretty sure they did.
I was gonna say you can see that it's crispy, so it's definitely a little bit more fresh. And if you zoom in, you can see the nice cheese level. I'm going to harp on the cheese and the meat. I mean that does make your cheesesteak.
Yes, Gene, even though he's not going to vote.
So, biting into this, it's hard to believe that this was brought to me probably 25, 30 minutes after it was purchased.
I know.
It's really moist. It didn't dry out sitting. The roll is just a perfect texture for it.
Yeah, bite into it. It almost tastes like it has some sort of like base of like there's something in there with flavor wise
There's a really nice meat cheese distribution. It's not overwhelmingly cheese. The mushrooms and onions are cooked really nicely. It's a really good cheesesteak. I'm jealous that this is one I've not tried yet. So
Yeah, really.
this is a really good cheesesteak. Roll is really
Really
nice
good.
for a par baked product. They did the extras really well. There's a great ratio of cheese to it. The meat is flavorful. It to me it tastes like ribeye. It's just it's a nice product. It's a good product.
I almost feel like they like did something extra with the meat too. It has like a different flavor that's just elevated above any of the other ones that we've tried thus far. And something that Kevin was harping on, the caramelized onions are cooked the correct way.
Hi, I'm Michelle from the Yardley Inn. I'm here to tell you about our best cheesesteak ever. It's a shaved ribeye, grass-fed, grass-finished, most amazing cheesesteak you'll ever have. Come visit us. We're on the beautiful Delaware River. Great views, great cheesesteak, and the place to go. See you there.
Yardley Inn, Yardley, PA. What a shocker on the Delaware. This cheesesteak was a pleasant surprise, very tasty, came with French fries. And the other shocker, Yardley Inn's got a lively little bar going on. The first time I went to Yardley Inn, we had a fun time, amigo Dan and I. This is the perfect cheesesteak when you need to pretend to be sophisticated and enjoy antiquing and strolling around historic villages like Yardley and New Hope or Washington's Crossing, and then you can end the day at the Yardley Inn. While everyone else enjoys a nice sophisticated meal, you get a great cheesesteak. Shocker on the Delaware. March Cheesesteak Madness continues. Yes, that's the Delaware River over there. That's the Yardley Inn right there. And who knew it, but there's a whole town down there. Yardley, who knew? Who knew there was a town, and who knew Yardley Inn makes a great cheesesteak? Well, now you do, I told you. See you inside.
Meat and the cheese and everything is nice and like juicy. It looks like it's gonna be messy, which for me is a huge bonus because I love messy cheesesteaks. If it like is something where I have to prevent it from landing on me, it's good.
I'm tasting a lot of salt. It looks like we had this issue yesterday where they salt the meat And then the combination of the salted meat and the cheese makes it a little bit too much. That's my complaint.
It is salty. I will agree to that. But the meat is tender. And
So-
sorry.
The meat's not dry, so I'm going to go against the overly salted aspect because this. I mean, I could tell the roll one at one point in time was crisp. It's soggy from sitting in steam. If it was really overly salty, in my opinion, to start with, it would be dry now because it's a fine chop on it, and it's still moist and really flavorful, and it's a really good ratio.
I don't think that it's overly salty. I just think that it's definitely a prevalent taste that in the profile. And like also you can even see like there's pepper that he used within the
yeah.
cheesesteak, which you can taste in the profile too, and I like that.
It's a nice product. I'm pleasantly surprised because I have some familiarity with the location, and I wouldn't expect this coming out of the Yardley Inn per se. It's an enjoyable product.
I wouldn't kick it out of bed.
I like the roll. I really like the roll too.
So this is the first round of other counties, starting with Yardley Inn versus Oven Brothers. I was a huge fan of Yardley Inn because the roll was soft. It wasn't going to like hurt my gums. That's a big thing for me. But it also looked like it was grilled. It was sitting in a container for a little bit longer than it should be. So it was a little softer than it would be fresh out of the oven. But you could tell it was a grilled roll. I would also say that the meat was tender and moist, so that's a huge bonus. And then the cheese was all throughout. I'm a huge component of like, make sure a cheesesteak has cheese and make sure it is a prevalent ingredient. So I loved it. And they had pepper. There was so many layers of flavor profile. I liked it a lot. The one downfall was it was a little bit salty. Not like overly salty in my opinion, but just a little bit salty. But generally speaking, I did like it. Now Kevin.
Okay, the Oven Brothers cheesesteak for me was fabulous. I loved the roll. The first thing that hit me when I saw it was the roll. The roll was good. They cooked the vegetables correctly. They were cooked long enough. The meat was good, and the cheese was good. So we had a tie, and we had to call our culinary expert for dining on the dime, Chef Gene Blum. And what did Gene say?
Gene had an overall perspective of he did like Oven Brothers. However, he agreed with me. He liked the meat. He thought that fresh out of the oven, it would have blown the Oven Brothers cheesesteak sandwich away. So, our tiebreaker with Gene, he sided with Yardley.
Okay, even though I disagree. Oven Brothers was great.